My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the 2010 Alice in Wonderland. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But if you asked me what my favorite Disney live action remake is, for the longest time, I would have said this movie. Like, I knew everybody hated it, but I was a passionate defender. I really enjoyed this movie. But it has been a long time since I last watched it, so I just rewatched it and I was wrong about this movie, and everybody else was correct. Like, this movie is bad. But let's begin talking about the cast. And Mia Wazowska, I thought, did a perfectly fine job. She carries this movie well enough, and she is supposed to be the normal person in Wonderland, and she is supposed to be the weird person in reality, and she's able to do it well enough. I wish she had a bit more personality, but she's still one of the movie's better aspects. Johnny Depp is an actor I like. I thought he was great in Edward Scissorhands, in Ed Wood, in Sleepy Hollow, in the first three Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Like, this guy can really deliver when he wants to. But his performance here is just awful. Like, he is aggravating and annoying and just completely unlikable. Everything regarding the Mad Hatter here, I hated. I really did. Helena Bonham Carter, this might actually be a hot take, but I think she does a pretty good job here. Now, I don't like the look of the character, but the way she acts is appropriate for this character. Like, she acts like a toddler with power. She's short tempered, she's evil, and I think Helena Bonham Carter is able to do that incredibly well. And then Anne Hathaway is another actress I really like. Whether it's Les Miserables, The Devil Wears Prada, Interstellar, The Dark Knight Rises, she can be great, but she is given nothing to work with here. Her character is just flat and uninteresting, and she's not able to elevate her. Crispin Glover plays a character who I feel like had real potential, but his performance just seemed really bad to me. Like, it's just a very bland performance for a character that should have stood out. Matt Lucas plays Tweedledee and Tweedledum, and I don't think his performance is bad, but I don't think he can get past the terrible CGI. Alan Rickman, I think, is a real standout here. He plays the smoking caterpillar, and I thought he brought plenty to this character. He's not in the movie much, but he does stand out, and Stephen Fry as the Cheshire Cat does a pretty decent job. So the cast is a bit hit or miss, but it is one of the better parts of the movie. But the best part of this movie is Danny Elfman's score. It just sounds epic and beautiful, and it's distinct, and it deserves to be in a much better movie. But whenever I hear Alice's theme, a part of me is deceived for just a few moments into liking this movie. But I know better, but yeah, Danny Elfman's work here is just fantastic. And I do like what this movie is trying to do with its story. By taking this classic tale and turning it into a fantasy epic, kind of like Narnia, I do really like that. And I appreciate the movie's ambitions. And there are some cool visuals here. I like how Alice is constantly shrinking and growing throughout, and how the movie plays around with her size. There's the final battle where the Queen's army is red and the other Queen's army is white, and they're on this chessboard, and I like that look. And I guess the scene where Alice falls down the rabbit hole looks alright. But it's now time to talk about the issues with the movie. And like I said, I enjoy everything this movie is trying to do, but holy shit, this movie is hideous. Like, Tim Burton is one of my favorite directors of all time, but I have no idea what he was thinking with this movie. Like, the color palette is disgusting, the CGI is as fake as can be to the point where it's actively distracting, and even the makeup I hate. Like, Mad Hatter's eye makeup right below the eyes is just annoying and ugly, and it's just a very unpleasant movie to look at. And this is a movie that depends on the visuals, the awe, the wonder, and it all just falls completely flat because of this movie's look. And it just ruins everything. And even though I do like aspects of the story and the characters and the relationships they're trying to form, it all needed a bit more work. Like, Alice's big character arc is that she becomes more independent, but I don't really get how she gets to that point. Because even in Wonderland, she's following a prophecy. So the script's plenty flawed as well, but I could have overlooked it if the movie had style and beautiful visuals, but when the movie looks the way it does, I just can't forgive the other issues. Also, the Mad Hatter dance at the end of this movie made me want to die. It is pure cringe. So, even though I think the cast does a fine job for the most part, and even though I like what this movie is trying to do, and even though I love the music, the script just isn't good enough, and the movie actively looks ugly throughout. And those are issues I just can't get by here. So I may not hate this movie as much as everyone else, but it's definitely far worse than I remember. So I'm giving Alice in Wonderland a 4 out of 10. Okay, Alice in Wonderland. Have you seen it? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,